Marquette win. Kam Jones in this game, Jeff Goodman, 32 points, 6 assists, not a single turnover. I have to ask you this. Is Kam Jones the best guard in college basketball?
Fan, I think the better question is he the best player in college basketball? Forget about the best guard. You can right now put Kam Jones, I think, in a class with Janai Broome and Cooper Flagg as the 3 best players so far in college basketball this season. And Kam Jones might be number 1 for me because, you look at the supporting cast of Cooper Flagg, and he's got other lottery picks, and he's got veterans coming off the bench, and it's Duke, and Janai Broome's got a pretty good supporting cast as well. I was worried about Marquette going into the season. I didn't rank him preseason top 25 because without Tyler Kolek, I didn't know if Kam Jones would be able to handle this. But he's more than shown he can handle it. He's thrived with it because he can make like tough contested shots if he wants to, but he doesn't even need to take those because he moves the ball, makes his teammates better. He guards. That kid does absolutely everything, and he dresses well. I mean, as our fashion correspondent, what doesn't Kam Jones do, Matt McCall?
Am I back? I mean, we were on the broadcast for 30 minutes prior to going live, so I don't know what happened there in terms of technology. Maybe at midnight it just goes off, but yeah, everyone was kind of like, life without Tyler Kolek, how is he going to handle this? And everything he says, I'm going to get more shots. That's exactly what he's doing. I think that's, when you look at the landscape of college basketball today, it's like, who just continues to impress? It's Shaka Smart's team. It really is. And, Wisconsin, to me, is a team that, like, we talk about teams like, how do you handle success or how do you not handle success? And coming out of the Greenbrier tip-off, John Tonje we were talking about him as the best player in the country, the numbers he's putting up. Didn't play great against Chicago State. We saw him lose to Michigan the other night, and I think Dusty May and what Michigan's doing, getting off to a 2-0 start, is another great story in the Big Ten. But it's kind of like, okay, like Wisconsin handling success coming out of the Greenbrier tip-off, haven't done a great job. Now credit Marquette because of what they're doing, and Kam Jones and the level that he's playing at is, I agree with Goodman, and not many people agree with Goodman, but I have to agree with him on this take. There's nobody playing better than him in the country right now. Nobody.
Yep.
And Jeff, it's not just Shaka Smart's teams, as McCall brings up. This is the word, program. It's his program that he's built at Marquette over these 4 years because he is going against the grain in college basketball. He didn't see anybody exit to the portal. He didn't see anybody, he didn't take anybody from the portal. He said, I'll bet on Stevie Mitchell, who's so steady and I think just an unsung hero throughout his career. He's betting on David Joplin. He's doubling down on Chase Ross, who was great today. And Tonje only shot 3 for 11. I think, Jeff, that's what is refreshing. And people may not know this. Jeff, you do well. You can speak to this. Like, Marquette spends big money nationally in college basketball. That has been that's a great job if you can get it going like Shaka's got it. There's a perfect marriage there between program and coach.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it too, and you say to yourself, there's a reason why they've gotten off to a really good start. Because like you said, Vanna, like these guys know what to expect. Now, their roles have changed, but they know what Shaka Smart wants from them when they're on the court, right? I mean, Kam Jones obviously has turned into an all-everything player for Marquette, but some of those other guys I was worried about a little bit because, again, you didn't see as much of them last year. You didn't need to with Kolek and Kam Jones. They were the best Batman and Robin maybe in college basketball last year. Now it's kind of those other guys have all taken steps forward, whether, like you said, it's Mitchell, it's some of the, even Ben Gold's done a good job for the most part. So I think that's the biggest advantage they've had. And, I'm curious from you guys, like, what is their ceiling? Because their floor, we've seen it is high because, again, they've got chemistry, they've got an understanding. And they're talented enough, and they've got a superstar in their team. But are they a team that you consider, Matt, you could start, and then I want to hear Fanna's opinion because obviously he watches a lot of Marquette in the Big East. Are they a national title contender? At the end of the day, are you going to put them in that conversation as a legit national title contender, or are they just playing a little bit above right now? What they're going to come down to earth a little bit.
Well, I want to go back too, because I think this in terms of Shaka, right? Like when you go through what he went through at Texas, you learn who you are as a coach, and you learn who the players you can coach. And like he was going after all the McDonald's All-Americans in the country. That's what he was doing when he was at Texas, right? Like nobody knew who Tyler Kolek was. Like he was a good player at George Mason. I probably should have recruited him at UMass. Thought we had a couple guards too, but like he was a good player at George Mason, but he was the right fit. And Shaka Smart knew who he can coach. So I think you got to start there with him and the job that he's doing at Marquette. But we look at the landscape of college basketball right now, and it's like, okay, Alabama's really, really good. We think Auburn's really, really good. We saw what they did and gone into Duke. We think Duke's really, really good. We think Kansas is really, really good. But it's like, man, it's a crapshoot, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Would we be shocked if Marquette cuts the nets down? We may be shocked because of the expectations we had for their team going into the season, losing a player like Tyler Kolek. But I don't think it would shock any of us what they've done up to this point in time. So do I think that they will be there? Do I think they're going to get to a Final Four? I think it's still too early to tell. But when you have a player like Kam Jones on your team that's playing at the level that he's playing at, they're going to have a shot. There's no question. Now, can he sustain this throughout the course of the season? That's the biggest question. But
it's a lot on
in terms
him.
of
it's still, even though there's guys,
it's a lot on him. It's a lot on. It's a lot on. It's a lot on.
Yeah.
The last time Marquette made a Final Four, there was a man named Dwayne Wade who just single-handedly powered them